Hey guys, it's Melissa with Bridge Sales Academy. Thanks for joining me on the call today. We're going to be discussing the 4 most important website pages for your business and how to effectively use them to double your sales in the next year. So thanks so much for being on here. 2 of the things that I want you guys to keep in the back of your mind as we're going through this call is 1, what is your understanding of what a website is used for? And 2, what exactly is a marketing launch? So I'll dive deeper into what these 2 things are, but for now I just want you to keep it in the back of your mind and see if you can answer these questions for yourself of what you've been thinking they're used for and see how much it changed as we continue to go through this call. So thanks everyone for joining us. I wanted to tell you guys I'm so excited to have everybody on the call today. We have people from Australia, US, Canada, and Fiji on the line with us, which is really exciting because it's given us the opportunity to now hit 4 countries. So thanks so much for everyone being on here. I know that the time difference is really big, especially between US and Australia, so it means a lot that people are registering for this call and joining on and seeing what we have to offer everybody. So what is this call going to do for you? It's going to give you a step-by-step guide into a marketing launch plan that could double your income over the next year. It's going to demonstrate how you can implement this into your business plan now, and it's going to give you clarity to actually understand exactly what it is that we're teaching you, because you'll have the opportunity to ask questions immediately during the webinar. This is kind of a strike now where it's hot and implement right away. 4 years ago, only 4% of the market was using this, and now it's becoming a bigger trend within the market. So we know that with the testing, measuring, and the proven methodology here, that we really have something cool that everybody could see or everyone could utilize in their business. So how this works is the call is approximately about 45 minutes long. You'll be able to answer questions immediately. And what I would like you to do is write down action items. So not fun little quotes I say or interesting comments I make, but action items that you can action. Tomorrow would be fantastic, but things that you can do immediately within your business. We're going to cover quite a bit of information, and I talk really fast, so it would be really awesome if you guys can keep up. If you can't, don't worry about it. You'll have access to the download of this, and you'll be able to listen to it at your own leisure, and the link to this will be absolutely free. So stay on the call, and at the end I'll tell you guys how to get access to this recording. A little bit about me. I've been in business development, small business development for 14 years now, working with small businesses from concept all the way through to maturity. So I work with large corporations, small business owners, leadership, human resource departments, department leads, and what I help them do is work through a conceptual idea and develop it into a business and then grow it to a sustainable, profitable business that they can actually sell later on. And one of the specialties that I really went into helping people, what I found was they really needed a marketing aspect to their company. So many small businesses were coming in believing that they are a technician of the importance and the centrals of marketing. So here is, this is me here, and this is the Bridge Sales Academy information that has been tested, measured, and proven within the market to create an educational form into your business effectively. So that was really big for us. So what is the market right that are being utilized that are not only effective but are profitable, that can actually make a profit? Right now I see a lot of people putting tons of effort into SEO marketing, but they don't have anything set up, so they're spending hundreds of dollars, even thousands of dollars a month on this, but it's not profitable at the end. So that's something that we emphasize quite a bit here at Bridge Sales Academy. So how do you know you're in the right place? If you're an expert, if you're a coach of direct sales marketing, so if you're in business, you're in the right place. If you're in conceptual and wanting to take an idea and move it into a business, you're in the right place. If you're wanting to improve your digital marketing presence, you're in the right place. If you want to understand and implement your sales pages, squeeze pages, and this task seems daunting because you're not really sure how to do this or what the steps are, once again, you're in the right place. And if you don't tell your friends and family about your website because it embarrasses you, you're in the right place. So, I hear this a lot, and that they would say 80% of small businesses, online businesses fail, or businesses fail. And it really bothered me to hear this, because what I noticed is that people weren't asking the question, why are they actually failing? And so I went out on a search to understand for what reason are businesses having some major faults. And what I learned during this process is that the businesses were failing not because they didn't have a great concept or an idea, but because they didn't know how to market their business and actually influence their hungry crowd to come in and utilize their products. So even though they had a great idea, they didn't know how to get their product out there. And so many people come up to me and they say, how do I generate more leads? Well, the answer is you need to market more, and you need to become an expert at marketing, and you need to spend the majority of your time in your business marketing out to the hungry crowd. So what I want is for these 4 pages to be your best friend. And what we're looking at here is, what are these 4 pages? We're going to analyze them. I'm going to show you how these pages fit into the ecosystem of your business. And we're going to teach you how to focus your attention so that you can get through across all 4 pages and have them working for your business to help you, one, generate leads, and secondly, to convert these leads through an entire marketing launch. It takes you from getting them first interested into opting in to the point of sales conversions. So the first page here, guys, which is very exciting, is our resource guides squeeze page. Sorry, just taking a look at my questions here. The resource guide squeeze page is the first page. So how I want you guys to imagine this as a timetable, timeline. And at the beginning of the timeline, you have a customer who doesn't trust you, has no desire for your product, and has zero response to what you're saying to them. And on the other end of the timeline, they have high trust in you, they have high desire in your product, and they're very responsive to actually saying yes to the sales opportunity that you're going to offer them. This resource page comes in at the point that they don't trust you, they don't desire your product, and they're not responsive to you. And what we want to do here is we want to give them the most opportunity by making this really simple for them to say yes to an opt-in or a call to action. This is what a page looks like. It's really, really simple. And what it does is it gives them the opportunity to just say yes to what you're offering them. The one I'm showing you today is actually not an up-to-date one. I'm not realizing that until now as I'm reading it. But the webinar, for a free webinar, is actually not where we want to be. So I'll give you some examples later on. But it's a really simple secret sauce on, the 13 most marketing techniques in the market today. Click here to receive that report or to read about that. And the picture pointing, we know, shows more conversion. If you have somebody looking at the box, it shows more conversion. The simpler it is, the more conversion that it has. We also have probably about 20 tips to make this convert even more, and we'll go over that in the class. So there are people who are on this call who are part of Bridge Sales Academy, and some people who are not. Everything I'm about to teach you, you do not need to be a part of Bridge Sales Academy, but I do have to answer the questions for those people who are part of our academy and wanting to to implement this or understand what we're going to be doing in the next couple months. So the way this page works is it outconverts everything out there that we see in the market today. So long forms, letters, emails, landing pages, it just outconverts them all. There's a small barrier between the free stuff. So we know the law of free, that people like that, but we want it to be a small barrier for them to actually get it. People want to know the secret sauce, so the secret ingredients to marketing success. They want to know this. It outperforms webinars, events, and high-cost items such as an hour of your time. It outperforms free reports. So part of what we do at Bridge Sales Academy is we help understand what this opt-in is for your business so that we're putting the right thing out there and how we're testing and measuring that. It outperforms all video pages, and it outperforms, once again, an hour of your time. So if you're doing coaching and you put in an hour of free coaching, one thing that you need to understand is that at this point they don't trust you. So how can you expect that they're going to trust you with their time of coaching? So it kind of gives you an idea of how we need to be thinking here of when someone first initially gets introduced to your concept, to your service, where they are on this timeline. Here are some of the things that that we've helped some companies with that had huge conversion. So Real Estate Agent is a resource guide for the top suburbs to buy property in, the top 20 suburbs. Life Coaching is an app for your Android or your iPhone, and applications to boost your productivity, to help overcome overwhelm, to help procrastination, things along that line. A Marketing Team is our top 5 digital marketing tools in 2013, and then Fitness Trainers may be training guide to lose your 10 pounds in the next 2 weeks. Excuse me, I need a drink. So these are kind of the type of opt-ins that we're wanting to get them, for them to actually opt into to this box and for us to start collecting data. Now, I did mention at the beginning of this call that there's a purpose for our website. I believe the number one purpose for our website is to generate, to increase our lead generation. So how do we boost our sales? How do we boost our list? And this is it. This is how we actually boost it, is by giving them this page. So once they opt in, we have gotten access to their data. And now from there, we can start transforming them from low trust, low desire, low responsiveness through the stages to get them to the high trust, high desire, high responsiveness. So, this guide, the way the system is set up is it honestly takes about 2.5 minutes to set up the page. You come up with a clever little opt-in. If you have an image, that's fantastic. If there's not an image, there's some basic templates that you can use. And it's easier than ever to start A/B testing it, because it takes such a short amount of time to actually set it up. We're able to set up several of them and test them. It's the highest converting page that is out there, so this is an absolute essential for your business and your marketing strategies and your marketing launches. So the next page that we're going to take you to is your lesson page. So imagine now, first a person came in, they saw your resource page, they now have opted into that page. We have sent them the report or the guide, whatever it might have been. It's not a report, but the document that we said that we were going to send them, whatever it is that we were going to send them in the resource page, they would have received that right now. So the next thing we want to do is we want to take them through another series of launches in order to, or we want to continue them down the launch so that we can prepare and be actually trustworthy and actually be deserving of offering them or promoting ourselves to them. So the next page is called the lesson page. And how this works is You're going to, after they opt in, they're going to get 1 lesson every 3 days for 6 weeks. Now, I've gotten several questions. Can they do this? Can you do this in a short amount of time? Yeah, absolutely, you can do it in a short amount of time. But I think that that's really dependent on the service and the products that you're offering and where they're coming in on this educational spectrum. What this marketing launch provides to them is an opportunity for you to be getting sales every single day. So this launch is consistently going out there. And for so many of us who know this, we don't normally make sales the first time we sit down with somebody. It takes time for them to build up that trust to be prepared to sell to us. And it also takes time for them to go through their necessary psychological things on the buying cycle to know if they're even ready to buy. Do they realize that they have a problem, and are they ready to purchase, and are you the right fit for them? So yes, you can shorten it down, but I like to say 6 weeks is a really good time to build up this trust with people. So what does this mean? It means that you're not making sales on just every single time you launch, and it means that you're not making sales on just your webinars, just your promotions, just your payday events. This means that we're constantly getting the information out in front of them, and you're seeing sales come in every single day. This is how the system looks and works. They get the resource page that we originally talked about. From there, they get the resource guide. You then send them an email 3 days later, and you offer them a free lesson. They then link to another page where they get a video lesson, and you give them a 15-minute video lesson. Now, the important thing about this is that within the video lesson, they need 100% value content. That means that at each lesson they need to be able to implement. There can't be it can't just cut off. So they need 100% value, something they can use within their business or whatever it might be that you're doing. If you're life coaching, something they can implement immediately. And you do this for 3 weeks, every 3 days. For 6 weeks, every 3 days, you send them off an email with a lesson. So there's several ways to do this. In my classes, if you are not comfortable doing this all at once, we take our time getting this done. So what happens is every 3 days we create a video blog. You teach them something that's 100% value. So at the end of it, they have a product or something. If you're teaching about procrastination, you've gotten them through all steps to completion. And if you are comfortable with doing this right away, we can do all of the recording pretty much immediately. So that's something that I did. I built everything out, and then I just recorded and got everything done within a couple days. It's really up to you, and either way works. We accommodate both ways because we realize it does take some time for some people to actually realize what it is that they're going to be teaching. Initially, if you do it this other way, you email the video blog out to everybody who is on your list. So everyone gets your video blogs every time you send it out. You add in the lesson squeeze sequence into the email list, and you start putting them into this sequence of video blogs to get them interested into it. Here are some of the tools that you'll need in order to get this done. Of course, a web hosting site. You're going to need an email provider such as MailChimp, content for your emails, and then design our email forms, which you can normally get through MailChimp. They're pretty good. That's the company that I use, and so I think they're fantastic. Now, a lot of people are asking, can I build this on, or how do I build these squeeze pages and lesson pages and things like that? You can build all of this stuff on WordPress. Part of Bridge Sales Academy is we do offer these pages with us, so it is a template. The way it happens is you see this squeeze page there, you click on the image, and it asks you if you want to upload a new image or if you want to choose from some of the images that we have. You click on the logo and you delete the logo that we have on there, and you put in your logo. You put on the call to action, and it's very, very simple. You don't need any tech savviness about you whatsoever. My children can do this, so it's a really cool system that we have in place for it. So the third page of this, and I want you guys to notice I have not said one time about your home page, your contact page, your product page. It's just irrelevant. And so I do get messages quite a bit of saying, can I have this if I don't have my website up? Absolutely. I actually, if anybody visit Bridge Sales Academy, I actually don't have a website up right now. We use most of these things until we actually feel like we need one. And this is how I convert people into our service. The Webpages hasn't been needed at this point yet. So you guys can use this on your URL and not even have a website up. Now, if you're working and want a website up, then go ahead and start developing it, but use these pages in the meantime. So the next page here is your webinar registration page. And this is a really exciting page. We know that at a certain point on this timeline of when people are becoming more trusted, more desiring, and more responsive to you, that webinars drive more sales than anything else that we know about. They're becoming more common and people are seeing a bigger trend in there, so people are actually more prone to going to these webinars where they weren't as prone, 10 years back. And it also gives us a little bit of an opportunity to give a personal touch here. So a lot of times what people don't understand is if you're just sending out email after email after recording, that they don't actually get to hear you and go through the process of feeling as if they get to know the person behind the screen. So by giving them this opportunity to have a webinar with you, they've now gotten a personal touch a little bit about you. We know that webinars at a certain stage of your launch brings in high volumes of traffic. It gives you strong customer engagement. It's a high sales conversion, and it gives multiple affiliation opportunities, which is fantastic for those of you guys who are doing affiliate marketing. So how do you engage multiple people and give people so many opportunities to find out more about your business and also help them generate money as well? It gives you the ability to launch your product idea quickly. And so what I love about webinars is once you launch a webinar, you're committed to the webinar. And you have to show up on that day and you have to deliver the products and services that you've said that you're going to deliver. And during this process, you have a lot of opportunities to make lots of mistakes. And hopefully I'm not boring the crap out of you, but a lot of webinars can be very boring. But also at the same time, they can be really exciting because you start understanding a little bit more about the person's ability to give you high value content. So let's look here. So I have a bottom line, and it's just basically really easy. It's the highest level of marketing activity that you can do in your business today. That's it. And what we see in webinars today and what people are doing with webinars and marketing when they use them with a marketing launch is that these customers are coming through and they're consistently seeing it, and they're not having to take so much time out of their day to get this information from you. They don't have to travel anywhere. And I get clients all the time saying, I don't want to meet face to face, Melissa. It takes me an hour to get to you or 30 minutes to get to you and 30 minutes to get back, an hour out of my day. And I would rather just do this over the phone, through webinar, whatever it might be, because people value their time. Their time is too valuable. So this is the highest level of marketing activity that you can get. So if you guys can understand that, it's a huge part of your marketing, and especially your marketing launch. So this is what a website page looks like. A couple things here is you have your social proof on the side. So we put this up before we actually allowed it to grab some momentum to actually get the social proof here. But what would happen is you would have all of your likes from Facebook, Google Plus, and Tweet. And I think that you can also do LinkedIn here. I haven't actually tried it quite yet, but I'm pretty sure that you can. Oops, sorry. Let me just go back here. There's another thing that I'm going to point out to you guys, and it's kind of a little story. that a lot of people believe that they can just they earn the right to offer sales, or they earn the right to offer a free webinar to somebody. And the truth of the matter is, I believe it's a little bit like this. A single person walks up to a good-looking woman on the street and he says, "Can I have your phone number?" And the girl's completely caught off guard, doesn't know this person, and is of course going to say no. But if the person walked up and had a conversation, and through the conversation earned the right to say, "Would you like to participate?" or "Could I, give you a call sometime and ask permission?" Then the person they were talking to would have the opportunity to say, "I did like what I was hearing here. I would like to give you a call." So during the webinar, they've opted in already at the beginning with the resource page. They've already been in the lesson page for some time. They have trust within you, and so when you offer them this, you have a higher conversion than you have had before. So that's a way to look at why we put the webinar in this part of our launch. As I put in here, it's the second step opt-in process, so it's a foot in the door first before we give them the opt-in. What we realize is that opt-ins on your main page are too alarming for people, so they're not opting into it quite yet. So this is giving them the momentum to feel as if they're ready to opt in. With these pages that we offer with Bridge Sales Academy, you only need emails. You don't need 3 fields, which tends to be a turnoff. Also, with our email, we have automated email populate. So when somebody goes to push in that they want, when they want to opt in, it automatically populates their email. They just have to submit to it. So once again, it's just another step for them to make things a little bit easier to say yes to the opt-in. The less data that you provide to them, the more likely they are to convert into a lead. So in this way, I just read it opposite. It's the more data that you convert, the less likely they are, or the more data you provide, the less likely they are to convert. So what we're doing is we're just keeping it really simple, basic. Do you want this? Yes or no? Here's really easy steps to get us there. And this is the way it looks. So they got the resource page, they got the resource guide, they've gotten now 3 emails from us with 3 lessons, and on the 4th lesson they receive an email invite. I recommend doing these emails every 2 weeks. It gives us the highest number of conversion through this. So they have 6 weeks of lessons, and during the 6 weeks of lessons, they're receiving a live webinar every 2 weeks with you. So it's pretty cool, guys. I know I get so many compliments on this marketing launch and how to actually transform people through this, and it's pretty amazing what we're able to see in our sneaky little launch sequences. So like I said before, it's every 2 weeks. You would be doing a live webinar. Live webinars convert better than anything else because it gives them the opportunity to ask questions right there and then. And once again, it's building trust and rapport with them so that they can actually say yes to you and to the environment and the experience that they're choosing to go with you when they say yes to the sales. So once again, it's everything that you need, but on this, guys, you need a webinar tool. Now, so GoToWebinar integrates with our systems. So if you were to use GoToWebinar, they would only need the email address rather than needing all 3 forms that you would normally need in and GoToWebinar. And then you just need some content for your webinar page. So you need to develop a PowerPoint presentation so they're not just looking at the screen. You should give them some visual aids there. Okay, so the last page here is the sales page. So now we have moved them all the way through this line, this from low trust, low desire. We've started to build trust and build desire with them, and now it's time for us to actually sell to them. So right away, guys, keep it simple and use a video. How this works is on your lesson page, you guys will have a a progress bar on top. So if you have part 4 or part 1 out of 4, so you have 4 lessons in here, you would see that it's 25% completed as soon as I got done listening to this. So when you're ready to do your sales video, it's probably going to be 4 of 4, so they're going to be 75% completed and about to start listening to lesson 4 of 4. What happens is you will then time your introduction. So you're going to introduce them with the start of your lesson. And as you start getting prepared for your sales pitch, and this is where they get something that is not in the lesson that's of high value, so something that's not been given to them for free, you're going to time it. And so if we know the lesson then starts at 10 minutes and 30 seconds, what happens at 10 minutes and 30 seconds, this bar comes up at the bottom and it says, start Bridge Sales Kickstart course now, and they can then click on that. There's several reasons that we do this. Is one, we understand that when you put that up there too quick, they don't listen to the content because they want to know the price. And two, we know that we have a higher conversion when we actually put it in at the point of the sales pitch rather than waiting until after the sales pitch. So with the timing there, it just gives it a better flow for the customer who's listening to the page. It's a really cool thing to give them, and it's a really great thing for you guys to actually convert more sales. So when we think conversions, we think about sending traffic to the previous pages of this. We think about sales videos being, I said 10 minutes. So let's say if it's a 6 minutes long sales video, then at 3 minutes you hit the sales pitch and that and it comes up. So what we want them to do is we want them to listen to the introduction video before we get them, clicking on the button below. The call to action is just a great way for people to actually feel less at ease, and it secures our sales a little bit more. We find a higher conversion here once again. So with this, some of the things that you'll need for this to happen is you're going to also need a payment gateway. So what is the PayPal or some of these other ones that you use? And then you just need a point of service type of system, so a store to this. So everything seems really, really easy, and it takes virtually no time at all. These are the 4 pages that we talked about. We talked about a resource guide squeeze page, we talked about a lessons page, a webinar registration page, and a sales video page. Each page takes me less than 15 minutes to put together, including the writing of content. The lessons page is a little bit longer because you have to do the video. So if you say the video takes you about 15 minutes to record, it takes you, another 10-15 minutes to write up the email for it and then put it all together. You're looking at maybe 20-25 minutes to put each one together. The cost is extremely low between just getting MailChimp and your PayPal and some of the other things that you may need, a hosting site. It's extremely low comparison to actually going out there and paying people to do it. Recently I heard a story from a lady who spent $10,000 on marketing, having somebody write up copy for her, and at the end got nothing from it and no sales launch, nothing along that line. And when she came to Bridge Sales Academy, she was able to do everything that she was looking to do in virtually 1% of the cost. So one of the things that I want to emphasize here is that you can get all of this information, everything that I just gave you right now, you can do completely on your own. So this is how Bridge Sales Academy works, is we are an online subscription. We work month to month with our clients, and so the idea is we give you micro curriculum. So what we do is if you're interested in this sales launch and you want help launching it and you want to use our pre-designed products, you would sign up for a 3-month-long subscription with us. The normal cost of the subscription is $450. way over the value of $1,800, but today you guys get it for $300. We're going to give you the first month for free so that you guys can get an experience of what it is. You get 12 recordings, webinar recordings, and a crap load of resource materials. And you also get about 4 or 5 live webinars with me going over the information that you're learning. You also get access to all of our templates, and we help actually put the templates together and help you launch it into the program. So this is something that you guys are interested in. All you have to do is email me at melissa@bridgesalesacademy.com and say I want in, and I'll send you the information. So I want to give you guys a little bit of why I recorded or why I started this program. Is I've been in business for about 14 years, and I've had huge successes and some really bad failures along the lines. And every time I failed with the company, the main reason I failed with the company is because I just didn't know how to market my business or how to sell myself the way that I needed to sell it. I didn't know how to keep my business sustainable. And when I started to understand this and I started working with other people's companies and I realized that they were having the same problem, I found a way to become really good at marketing. And I became very passionate about marketing. And during the process, I went looking for a lot of education to keep me up to date on the latest, most innovative tools that are out there. And I started realizing that the majority of the people who needed this stuff didn't have the money to actually afford $26,000 into some of these programs, or $15,000 here, or whatever it might be. I think some of them are around $1,500 a month. And so and I also noticed there was another problem in what people were getting is they were sitting down at these events are getting drip fed a ton of information, but nobody was ever telling them what to do first and how to actually get it done from start to finish. And during my process of mentoring, I always slowed people down and said, no, this is what we need to do. We need to work on this and actually work them through what was most relevant, most high value for their company, and actually start seeing the results without just getting tons of information and say, good luck, go out there and figure out your own way. And from that, I've seen tons of success. We've grown companies from conceptual all the way up that sold for hundreds of millions of dollars. And we've had a huge success with our companies over and over again. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to give you the same success that we've had in a program that you guys can use at a cost that's worth paying for. And it is extremely cheap. I realize it's extremely cheap, but I want everyone to have it. And I'm really passionate about making sure that people have success in their business. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the call today. If you guys are interested in working at Bridge Sales Academy, you know what to do. And other than that, please take the action steps of today and start actioning them so that you guys can have this program. Please send me all feedback on how it went. I would love to hear how you guys did it. I would love to see your guys' launches as well. And here's to your guys' success. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.